Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have one exercise like on paper. Solve the equation. The equation is 4 powers x squared plus 8 plus 2 power x squared minus 1 squared and minus 2 power x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 1 equals 0. Do you know how to solve this? If you know it, please do it. When you do it all of these, please come back to watch my video from beginning to the end to verify your solution. And before we go to the solution, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting video. Okay, don't spend my time. We go to the solution together. We see this our equation have this 4 by 6 and this 2 by 6 and this 2 by 6. But in the exponents is different. So this is square plus 8. And this is square minus 1 square. And this is square plus 2x plus 1. So therefore I can write 2 square. So this we get 2 power 2 and multiply x square plus 8. And plus 2 power x squared minus 1 and minus 2 powers x squared plus 2x plus 1 and minus 1 equals 0. Okay, now this I multiply in, so I get 2 power 2x squared and plus 2x and plus 2 power x squared minus 1 and minus 2 power x squared plus 2h and plus 1 minus 1 equals 0. And now you can use this trick. It's easy way to solve this. And this I take is initially and this initially. So this we get 2 and power 2h squared plus 2h and minus 2 and power x squared plus 2h and plus 1. And plus 2 power x squared minus 1 and minus 1 is equal 0. Okay, now this. We have these two and these two. So this, we see it's h 2h squared plus 2h and this h squared plus 2h. It have h squared the same and this 2h the same and also this one. So now I can take 2 and power h squared and plus 2h and plus 1. And so this I get this 2 and power h squared minus 1. It's I multiply in, I verse sum of this. So this h squared plus h squared we get 2h squared. And this 2h and this plus 1 and minus 1, if you can say it equals 0. So it is the same original. So this minus this, we take it out, is equal 1. And plus this h squared, 2 power h squared minus 1 and minus 1 equals 0. Okay, now this we have 2 power x squared minus 1 and minus 1, the same. So this we can take it out factor. So it's I get 2 powers x squared minus 1 and minus 1 and multiply this 2 powers x squared and plus 2h and plus 1 and plus 1. Okay, it's equals 0. But we know this, the exponential is positive and plus 1 is also positive. But 2 power h squared and plus 2h and plus 1 is and plus 1 also is positive. So now if this positive, the equation equals 0 is will be 2 power h squared minus 1 and minus 1 equals 0. So 2 power h squared and minus 1 and minus 1 equals 0. And I change minus 1 to the right hand side. I get 2 power h squared and minus 1 equal 1. And this 1 I can write 2 power 0. And then we get 2 power h squared minus 1 equal 2 power 0. And this x squared minus 1 equals 0. We get h squared minus 1 is equal 0. And I change minus 1 to the right hand side. I get h squared equal 1. And we get the values of h equal plus or minus 1. And now we take 1 and minus 1 to verify our equation. And now this, if h equal 1, if h equal 1, and we get this equation is will be 4 power 1 squared and plus 1, and these 2 plus 2 and powers 1 squared and minus 1 and minus 2 power 1 squared and plus 2 multiply 1 and plus 1 and minus 1 equals 0. We see this 4 power 2 and we get 16 and plus this equal 1 and minus 2 power 2 and this 1 3 equal plus 1 equal 4 and 2 power 4 equal 16 and minus 1 and z is cancel and if we cancel this equals 0, it's true. And if h equal minus 1 and we get 4 powers minus 1 or squares and minus 1 and plus 2 power minus 1 or squares and minus 1 and minus 2 and powers minus 1 or square plus 2 and multiply minus 1 and plus 1 and minus 1 equal 0. And this 1 minus 1 equals 0 when 4 equal power 0 is equal 1 and plus these 2 power 0 is equal 1 and minus these 1 plus 1 equal 2 and minus 2 equals 0. 2 power 0 equal 1 and minus 1 is equal 0. This we simplify this and if we simplify this is true. Okay, now just we have the values of h equal plus or minus 1 are our solution. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Goodbye.